Good afternoon, everyone. In today's video, I'd like to discuss a very simple four-step process that you can use to leverage intraday volatility, especially on days like today, to try and use that to position yourself for longer-term swing trades. That's to say, use the volatility that we're seeing in the marketplace, know exactly when to enter and where to enter in terms of a specific price, and be able to end the day profitable, already having paid yourself via the day trade, and then the remainder of your position transitions into a longer-term swing trade opportunity where you've already realized a good chunk of profits. I'll go through some examples as well, but first let's discuss the actual process here. Now, the first step of this process is to use some sort of scan, whatever preference you may have there. But the whole idea here is build a watch list of stocks that you have some sort of bias on, whether that's a bullish or bearish bias based off of whichever way you prefer trading. For us, particularly as Volatility Box members, we like to use the Slingshot Squeeze and the Squeeze Signal scans. It's a good way to try and get into stocks that are both overbought, along with have a squeeze associated with them. So we expect some sort of momentum type movement in them, whether it's long or short. Now, if you don't have access to the Slingshot Squeeze or Squeeze Signal scans, that's perfectly okay. You can use any other scan you have, either ones that you've built yourself or even our free ones like the V-Score scans to try and gather this list of stocks that you're really looking to monitor. Now, once you have this list of stocks, the next step is to use a backtester to try and narrow this list down to find the highest probability trades. I would call this an optional step, but one that I think really adds an edge to your trading. So a good example here is using the Slingshot Squeeze, right? So you have the scan. Now we filtered it through our backtester. Usually with the Slingshot Squeeze scan, you end up with something like 15 to 20 stocks per day, say that have a bullish bias. With the backtester, you're able to narrow that list down from whatever, let's assume 20, all the way down to something like 3 to 5 stocks that have high probabilities associated with them. So that's the whole idea here. It's to narrow down the list. Now, once you have your narrowed down list of stocks, the next step here is to add those symbols to the Volatility Box watch list. The whole idea here is anytime you have stocks that you have either a bullish or bearish bias on, add them to the watch list, and that then means the Volatility Box platform will automatically do the heavy lifting for you here, notifying you anytime you have an edge entry in any one of those stocks. So say as an example, Apple was on your Slingshot Squeeze scan. You saw that the backtester told you that, hey, Apple does fairly well, but Apple may have been extended at the time. Well, the Volatility Box platform will notify you anytime Apple is pulling back to a point that's significant enough for you to say, hey, I have an edge here. Let's go ahead and enter this longer term trade based off of what we're seeing in the markets today in terms of volatility. And then finally, the last step is the platform will notify you anytime we have an edge entry. And a good way to think about this, I know a lot of folks struggle in terms of what does edge entry really mean. Say you were looking to get long a stock, the platform will notify you when you have an opportunity to get long at a discount compared to the price that you were typically looking at. So that's to say it's some sort of a significant sell-off in price action today. We expect price here to start to exhaust and start to bounce from the standpoint. And since you have a longer term swing trade bias here, you also have more flexibility in terms of managing the trade. Stops may be a little wider in terms of what you may typically have been willing to give it. And the targets that you may be looking at may also be a bit stretched in terms of the day trade targets so that you can pull as much money out of this trade as you can, knowing that your longer term swing trade target is actually still a ways away. Now there's 3 examples that I'd like to talk about from today that really do a good job of illustrating this process. Those are CDAY, Pins, and Snapchat. So we'll take a look at each of these stocks and I'll try and add some commentary here as to when A, they appeared on our scans, B, what the backtester looked like, C, when we added them to our watch list, and then finally, when we got that notification today based off of the volatility that we saw in the markets. All right, so let's start off first with Snapchat and then we'll go through the other 2 stocks as well fairly quickly. On the left-hand side here, I have a daily time frame chart that we're using for the longer term bias. And then on the right-hand side, I have a 1-minute time frame, which is used for day trading. Now, Snapchat first appeared on our scan, our Slingshot Squeeze scan, right here. That was January 11th, 2021. It appeared on our scan when we had that signal print. Using our backtester, you'll see that signal overall over the past 5 years has triggered only one time. That one time was a winner for 9.75%, which again still gives you confidence that, hey, this signal works, and whenever we see it plot, tends to work fairly nicely. A few days later, you saw that we also had a squeeze signal plot. It also appeared on that scan. So overall here, we have a bullish bias in Snapchat. Now coming into today's activity right here with the volatility box plotted, that's this orange and green cloud right here. We had Snapchat hit our volatility box live scanner when we breached our entry zone right here. So if you now had that in your alerts tab right here, the watch list, so Snapchat, for example, is in my watch list right here, then you received a notification whenever Snapchat appeared on the live scanner. That's to say it's now breached our volatility box zones. You know that you have an opportunity to buy Snapchat at a discount. You already have an overall longer term bias, and it really just gives you a very nice opportunity to enter at the edge. Now, our typical rules with the day trade is to look for an opportunity to enter inside of the clouds or better, but that's where, if you recollect, I mentioned that you have a bit more flexibility in terms of how you enter and manage this trade, especially knowing that you have a longer term bias here. So that's one of the advantages and something that's different compared to the traditional volatility box setup, which is meant primarily for day trading. So now in Snapchat's case here, we had price action breach our volatility box edge. We also had an edge signal plot. That's this green arrow right here, suggesting that, hey, Snapchat is now in officially oversold territory, not only in terms of our context zone with the volatility box, but also on a 1-minute time frame chart using the edge signal trigger. Now, to give you an idea of the price action in Snapchat after that edge signal trigger here, so that was very close to the target line, but still gives you an opportunity to enter fairly close to that market pulse. From that standpoint, Snapchat was up close to 4%, a little bit greater than that. And in terms of that overall longer term day trade here, we're still waiting for the squeeze to fire long. So all today was an opportunity to enter in this overall longer term swing trade at a much better price, really at a discount, where that initial entry price, if you use just a volatility box without a trigger, that was close to 51.40, which if you look at where price action ended, that was 53.65. So hopefully this illustrates not only how you can use these volatility box zones to enter at an edge, but how you can also use something like, say, the edge signal here to give you confirmation if you're looking for that on an intraday time frame chart, and how this position can already pay for itself today. Plus, you're still waiting for this to give you that ultimate winner, which is when that squeeze fires long. We're really looking for a break even above this 57.39, I would say. So that gives you a way to try and play that longer term move as well. Let's contrast this with the setup in Pinterest here. So if I come into Pinterest, you should notice something very similar here. Pinterest first appeared on our Slingshot Squeeze scans on January 7th. That's when we had this yellow arrow plot. From that standpoint, we had 2 squeeze signals plot after that, using just the Slingshot Squeeze. That over the past 5 years has triggered 2 times. Both of those times were winners. Average win there was 11.3%, so fairly nice winner there. And today we had really a nice pullback here, opportunity to enter fairly close to the market pulse line, not quite there yet, but still gave you an opportunity to enter the edge. If you take a look on the intraday time frame here, you'll notice we first hit our volatility box clouds. We then hit the target, which is this gray dash target line, had a second retest, went even outside of the clouds. This is where a little bit more flexibility in terms of it being a swing trade really helps. And we also had an edge signal plot right here. And from that standpoint, you'll see Pinterest really just rallied all the way almost to the other side's target line, which is something we don't see all that often. But in terms of a gain here from the actual volatility box clouds, if we take the beginning of the clouds all the way to where we ended, that was a gain of right around 5.9%, even though Pinterest closed up only 0.4%. So that gives you an idea of how capturing a really decent intraday edge entry here helps to position you not only for this longer term swing trade, in which again, we're still waiting for the squeeze to fire long, but also lets you end the day on a fairly profitable note, where for most folks, 5% is what they're looking for in the underlying for their swing trade entry. You got that on your day trade in itself, and now for that overall swing trade, you're really looking for a massive winner there, right? That's where you have an entry at close to 69.50, which is fairly close to that 59% retracement zone. And in Pinterest, if you take a look at that 1272, that's at 78.42. So that's how this day trade pays for itself today and then translates into a longer term swing trade. Finally, let's take a look at CDAY. CDAY here, again, very similar. CDAY looks like an even nicer setup here outside of the social media stocks, where we had 2 slingshot squeeze signals plots, The first one plotted on January 20th, the second one on January 22nd. In terms of the stats here, we had 3 winners, 1 loser, so a 75% win rate. Every time we win, 5.98% is the average winner. The loss here is negative 15.83%, which is yet another reason for why you'd like to wait for a pullback, reduce that losing percentage just a tad while increasing the winning percentage as well. And today, taking a look at CDAY here, you'll notice we had price action breach our volatility box clouds. We then waited for the edge signal. The edge signal came a little bit later, but price action at this standpoint had already broken outside of the clouds. So this is where I think the flexibility that you need to give a swing trade is highlighted. For our day trading setup here, this was our sign once we break outside to really focus on the conservative clouds. For swing traders here, this aggressive volatility box is your first opportunity to scale into this position, and then the conservative volatility box right down here below, if we hit that, is your second opportunity to add more to your position, right? So it's really a way to try and scale in leg into the overall stock. Take a look to see what happened to CDAY from that point of entry. The max gain that we saw really was close to 1.82%. Our target line was right around 0.8 or so percent. And in terms of that overall longer term swing trade entry, we're still waiting for the squeeze to ultimately fire long. So momentum here starts to wrap up. And if the squeeze fires long, that's finally the exit point that the backtester uses. So you can see how using the swing trade opportunities to try and build a list of stocks that you have an overall longer term bias on, then using our intraday volatility box zones to really give you a general zone where you're looking to either get long or short, and then really manage this position however you'd like, taking off at least a portion of your shares, options, whatever it may be you're looking at on the very same day for a pretty nice healthy gain. Now, for those of you that are looking to participate in any one of these stocks on a longer term swing trade basis as well, another trick you can use is using the upper target lines anytime we breach those to start to layer off and peel off some of your shares. It's an opportunity to take off your position really into the edge. This is where we typically expect price action to exhaust just a tad, and you have an opportunity there to really take off your position, mark some profits at extended gains before what usually happens in price action is price hits here, we see price falter a bit and then start to sell off just for the day and still ends fairly up. However, you ended up giving back a good portion of those shares or profit, however you want to think about it. So that's another way that you can use still the same alerts tab here. You'll still get an alert when you hit the short side as well, and you can use both of those to manage entries along with exits. All right, so I hope today's video helps to give you examples of how to use the volatility box to really swing trade while being able to take profits off and pay yourself using our day trade volatility box entries and exit points. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at contact@tosindicators.com. Otherwise, thank you for watching and making it to the end of the video, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next update. Take care, everyone.